2 to go. The final two pieces to the quarterfinal puzzle will be set in place by the day's end. First up on this doubleheader day of quarterfinals, a star matchup. Two of the game's more omnipresent stars set to showcase in Atlanta. The scene shifts to the ATL, where Lionel Messi and Argentina continue their quest to repeat as world champions, taking on Mo Salah and Egypt, who won a knockout stage match for the first time ever on Friday. Now they look to extend their best ever run in a World Cup by pulling off one of the upsets of the tournament. It's Argentina and Egypt as the World Cup's Sweet 16 nears its conclusion. Hello again, everybody. I am Seth Eaves. Thank you so much for being with us. The World Cup marches on. As we just said, 6 down and 2 to go on this World Cup day. What a phenomenal matchup we have in store for you, Argentina and Egypt. Argentina, of course, the team that won the World Cup a couple of 4 years ago, against an Egypt team trying to extend the best run that they've ever had. Let's get right into it and take a look at the starting lineups for this match. For Argentina, Emi Martinez starts a goal with the back four of Nahuel Molina, Christian Romero, Lisandro Martinez, and Nicolas Tagliafico. Leandro Paredes is in the holding midfielder with three central midfielders, Rodrigo De Paul, Enzo Fernandez, and Alexis McAllister. The two forwards, Julian Alvarez, and of course, the man himself, the captain, Lionel Messi. That's Lionel Scaloni's Argentina. Hassan Hassan's Egypt has Mustafa Shabir in goal. Mohamed Hani starts at right back. The two center backs are Rami Rabia and Yasser Ibrahim, with Karim Hafez at left back. The two central midfielders, Marwan Atia and Mohamed Lachine. Attacking midfielder Mo Salah captains the side. On the wings, the right side is Hassim Hassan and Amim Ashur on the left wing, and Mustafa Zico, the center forward. Match referee is Francois Leterre from France, 37-year-old from Badi, France, who works part-time as a court bailiff. Managed a couple of their matches this World Cup and managed the Europa League final back in May between Freiburg and Aston Villa. Two teams that have never met at a World Cup. About to do that right here. Argentina in the familiar blue and white. No mystery and drama there on their kit. Egypt in their red shirts. Off we go from Atlanta. Argentina from left to right as you follow along, and Egypt will be going the opposite direction. On this big match, winner goes to the quarterfinals, loser heads home. What will happen in this World Cup round of 16 affair? Spots slowly starting to fill, and Argentina having possession, and they actually have a man down too already. So obviously that's not great, and they're going to have to stop play. Argentina, of course, surviving that scare from Cape Verde in the round of 32 on Friday in that memorable affair. Sergio Aguero and Maxi Rodriguez amongst the dignitaries in it. It was Enzo Fernandez who got up. 19th World Cup for Argentina, 3 times the champion, 78, 86. And then back in 2022. Winner goes to Kansas City to meet the winner of today's other match between Switzerland and Colombia, Gonzalo Montiel for Argentina, Hassan and Ibrahim for Egypt. I think I said quarterfinal in the intro. It is round of 16. I don't know why I'm getting the stuff all mixed up there, but such is life. Here come Argentina. Through they go already. looking to find Alexis McAllister. On the left wing, he goes. Argentina playing an African nation for the third time in this tournament. Cape Verde, of course, their other African win was in the opening group stage match when Messi's hat trick was the difference in a 3-0 win against Algeria. Egypt, the Pharaohs, of course. It's an interesting team already. They have been 4th place at 3 Olympics. They were as high as 9th of the FIFA World Rankings in 2010. But the World Cup success has just always eluded them. Just before, and this is only the second time they've been to the round of 16, as you might have heard Matthew Owens say last night when talking about the U.S.'s quarterfinals. It was a completely different. They're saying it was a completely different tournament back then. So a round of 16 almost isn't really the same as it was now. They made it in 34, and they made it this year. This despite being very successful in their continental tournament. They're a 7-time winner of the Africa Cup of Nations. Egypt have it in possession. Of course, we're watching the Golden Boot race. Messi, Mbappe, Haaland all level with 7 each. Egypt playing a South American team for the second time ever at a World Cup. The only other match they had against Argentina was in 2018. That was when they lost 1-0 to Uruguay. Nima Shore trying to send it long and couldn't do it. Egypt now in possession, trying to go right to left. Holding midfield. Oh, that's a good... No, it's not a good defensive steal. I thought it was, but apparently it was not, and it will be a foul against Argentina. The Albiceleste are led by the 48-year-old from Puerto Santa Fe, Argentina, Lionel Scaloni. Started his managerial career as an assistant at Spanish club Sevilla back in 2016. Then an assistant with Argentina. He managed Argentina's under-20 team in 2018. And then later that year decided to lead the senior team. Started his first major tournament was the 2019 Copa America, where they could only finish 3rd. Argentina 8 straight wins against African teams. Their only loss was the opening match of the 1990 World Cup in Italy when they were beaten by Cameroon. Scaloni, of course, twice the IFFHS Men's World's Best National Coach. So, still relatively young for a managerial sense, but in terms of age. But he is very, very accomplished already. Of course, winning that World Cup 4 years ago and trying to do it again for Argentina. Egypt now, a touch for Honey. Now back to Arabia. Egypt, of course, a team that you look at them, they're so together in the sense of the fact that many of their players play their club football in Egypt. And of course, Argentina with a win, a step closer to a World Cup, and if they win the World Cup, they'll be just the 4th nation to win the tournament at least 4 times, joining Brazil, Italy, and Germany. Tagliafico, and got for offside. Egypt's head coach is 59-year-old Hossam Hassan from Helwan, Cairo, Egypt. very successful player, voted as one of the best in the history of the Egyptian Premier League. Here's Egypt with a cross coming in. It's a very dangerous ball, and action needed to be taken. And Argentina away by Molina. On ball play through, a decent touch. Argentina in the attacking half, there might be room. Can Fernandez get onto the end of the ball? Yes, he can. Hani has to backtrack, and then not the best touch in the world out of play from Fernandez. And a throw in for Egypt. Again, we have played 8 minutes. Or about to be played 8 minutes, as you see on your screen. And still 0-0 between Argentina and Egypt. Paredes with the ball now back to Enzo Fernandez. 10 straight matches unbeaten for Argentina. This is Alvarez. Egypt unbeaten in the group stages. First time in the history of their team they'd ever done that. Messi, here's a good little chip. Messi trying to get on the end of it, and it wasn't a very good touch. It's behind for, I believe, a corner. Looked close back there. No, it is a throw-in. It wasn't quite a corner. Molina to take the throw-in. Now Romero. Pulling it up. Good ball. And now Rodrigo De Paul is in here. It's Rodrigo De Paul. He lays it in, and what a miss by Fernandez. Flag was up anyway, but still. Enzo Fernandez kind of sums up the state of he and the club he's playing for at the present time. Egypt goalkeeper today is Mustafa Shabir, 26-year-old who plays his club football for Al Ali. His father Ahmed was a former Egyptian national team goalkeeper. Made over 100 appearances for the national team from 1984 to 1996. Argentina, the long ball through, and Hani now trying to get to it, and now back to Shabir. Now here come Egypt, trying to now you've got Egypt trying to pass the ball around here. Here is a touch for Hafez. Now back it goes to Rabia. This is some good solid passing by the Egyptian team. Present time. Good chip ball and clipped away by DePaul. Now here is Emi Martinez, the always energetic, colorful, polarizing, there's the word, goalkeeper. 33-year-old from Mar del Plata, of course, such a big penalty shootout hero against both the Dutch and the French at the 22 World Cup. Plays for Aston Villa. He's been through it. He was on Arsenal's books for 8 years, but only made 15 appearances. Was loaned to several clubs across the English football pyramid. Oxford, Sheffield Wednesday, Rotherham, and Wolves, and the Reading. Also in there, a loan stint at Spanish club Getafe. But since joining Aston Villa, over 200 appearances. He is nicknamed Debu, which is Spanish for drawing, after an animated character in the Argentine telenovela Mi Family Es un Dibujo. Miguel Angel Santoro, a goalkeeper coach at Independiente, where Martinez trained as a youth, gave him that nickname. That was the time when that series was highly popular. In the Europa League team of the season, of course, helping Aston Villa win competition. Here's a foul. Free kick, and now here comes Egypt. Cross. And headed away. Egypt keeping it alive. Egypt playing pretty well at the moment. They're getting possession. They haven't really had many attacking chances until just now, where Hani had a cross, last ditch effort deflected. Mario Kempes. Argentina fans as passionate and boisterous as any in world football. Cross coming in, and the header is in! Surprise, surprise! Yasser Ibrahim has headed Egypt into the lead on 14 minutes. Oh my goodness. And the emotion for the Egyptian fans and players is almost too much. You've got 75 minutes to defend. But this moment is what makes the World Cup the special event that it is. Just a good cross, a very good header. And Yasser Ibrahim, just his second international goal. They both come this calendar year. His first came in January in the AFCON against Benin. And now he has scored against Argentina at the World Cup. Argentina 0, Egypt 1. Long way to go. Very long way to go, but Egypt now in the lead, and Argentina trailing for the first time this World Cup, and they might be in some trouble here. Egypt with the throw in the attack in the defensive zone was Sheen giving it, and now one for Zico to chase. Romero heads it away. Now Argentina inside their own half. $18 on the clock now. Now here come Argentina pushing right back. The referee is as he pointed to the penalty spot, he sure had. Penalty Argentina. Oh my goodness me. Did not take long. Egypt's resistance lasted perhaps for just a few minutes, and Argentina with the penalty, and you could probably go take it to the bank. Who's going to take the penalty as Tagliafico was fouled by Hassim Hassan. Now, will Hassan get booked for that challenge? That is the question. I don't believe there's a booking. Our French referee is explaining some things. Rodrigo De Paul wants a card, and now the referee's having to tell him, just settle down. 19 and a half minutes on the clock now. Lionel Messi puts the ball on the spot. He's ready to go. 147 penalties he's taken in all competitions. He has scored 114 of them. Against Shobir for penalty 115 and to make it 1-1. Here he comes. It's Lionel Messi. It's saved! Shobir has saved it! Oh! Now another foul. And a yellow card here. My goodness. Well, if there is a weakness in the Great One's game, it would be his penalty struggles. He's now missed both penalties at the World Cup. So, on we go. 1-0. Egypt leading. This World Cup continuing to just throw up all sorts of wildness. Back it goes to Emi Martinez now in the goal for the Egyptians. Or for Argentina, I'm sorry. What's going on there? I almost forgot who's playing for which team. 23rd minute. It's a 1-0 lead for Egypt. Passing right here, Argentina, but then was picked off Rabia, and then, oh, that was not a very good pass at all. Now a chance for Argentina to break. Fernandez trying to squeeze it through, and Egypt defends it very well. Defending well again. Martinez being called for the foul. Not Emmy, of course. Two Martinez's. This, of course, Lisandro Martinez, 28-year-old center back who plays for Manchester United, who's known as the Butcher. And that's going to take us to a hydration break. And boy, oh boy, the Pharaohs are living their best life at the present time right now, as Argentina are behind. Messi has missed a penalty, and Egypt have just been on an absolute tear. Incredible drama already. I mean, this World Cup. Argentina are behind. And so now, how will Messi and Argentina respond? Well, the U.S. are out. The other two co-hosts are out, but the World Cup still providing plenty of drama. Arsene Wenger, among the famous dignitaries in the luxury boxes. Of course, what a great manager he was. With Arsenal, revolutionized the Premier League game, if you will. Winning a few Premier League titles, including the Invincibles run in 04. Ball now for Hafez for Egypt. Good pass. Hafez now back to Atia. Now it's Lachine. Now it goes back to Ibrahim. We'll chip over the top. Now back it goes with Paul. Now Argentina on the attack, and Messi has a little bit of space to work here. Argentina with space in the attacking zone. Still pushing forward here. Alvarez. Fernandez. Now back over to Paredes. Now it's Molina. Molina over to DePaul. DePaul whips in a very good cross. Header, what a save at point-blank range. Shabir with a fine save. Still alive. Headed away by Hafez. And Egypt survived that onslaught. Of course, it is worth noting here that if Egypt hang on, how about this for a sensation? If Egypt were to hang on, there were going to be more African teams in the last 8 than South American teams. Argentina and Colombia, the last two carrying the CONMEBOL flag. But here comes Messi. Good pass. Shot from Fernandez blocked. And Shabir with an easy catch. Of course, Morocco already into the last 8. The only other South American team that can make the quarters is Colombia. They play Switzerland later. And the rest is all Europe. France, Morocco. Of course, you've got England, Norway, Spain, Belgium. And now a mistake from Argentina. Egypt could be in. Still could be in as Zico tried to give chase, but Martinez makes the save. And Argentina are looking a bit wobbly at the back at the present time. But boy, are they ever so good on attack. And here they come again. Chip to the right side. Here's DePaul. Decent layoff. Decent's not going to cut it against a team that's defending. Their lives depend on it. And here is a clip and a foul and a free kick as McAllister goes down. So now a free kick for Argentina. "31st minute. Well, we know Messi can provide some free kick magic. He's already done it a couple of times in this tournament. It does seem a fair way out, but if anybody could score from this distance, it would be Messi. Paredes is also over it. But I have a feeling what's going to happen. It is Messi who goes for goal, and Shabir had to be on high alert and save it. And pushes it away for an Argentina corner. Didn't quite have enough curl on it, and it hit the post. Shabir didn't save it. It hit the post. Well, Egypt had a few players appealing, and now we know why, because they originally gave it corner, but I think they had someone got in the referee's ear and said it hit the post. So Shabir did not make the save. It hit the post. Atia. Rabia. Back pass to Shabir now. A 1-0 lead for Egypt. That score you see is not a misprint. Graphics man did not get it wrong. Egypt lead. Ibrahim with the header. And the Pharaohs trying to cause Another massive sensation in this tournament. Headed forward. Can Zico get there? Martinez will win, and he'll kick it away to safety. Will Lisandro Martinez. I haven't heard it, but I've brought this up a couple of times. You wonder if Argentina's been too reliant on Messi at times in this tournament. And, well, perhaps some weaknesses getting cracked over. Well, they were exposed a little bit against Cape Verde, and they haven't really recovered from that game, it would appear. Romero clears it away. Another foul against Egypt. Free kick. Argentina in their own box. So now Egypt with it in the attacking half. It's just barely in the attacking half. Good run here. Hafez. Assure. Lachine now over to Assure. And Assure dispossessed. Oh, good job there by Hafez. Hafez, and that was a spectacular attempt at something. And it failed spectacularly. Long ball for Argentina here as they go forward. Here's Tagliafico on the left-hand side. Now back to McAllister. Messi, good first touch, pass away. Back to DePaul. Throw in Molina. Now it's Romero. Argentina, who have had the possession edge, 54%. Egypt, 46% in contest. This is Tagliafico. Now here is Caritas with it. Now it's Argentina on the left-hand side. Caritas. Argentina just probing and looking for a spot. Good chip in. Assure back there, though, to provide the Egyptian cover. It's Argentina again with Fernandez. Just inside their own half. Here is Assure. Assure. Chip as towards Romero. Argentina behind against Egypt. it's DePaul. Now Messi. He does well. Here goes Messi, and his shot is into about the second row above the club level at the right end of the stadium. Hasn't quite found the boots, Messi. Diego Simeone, Atletico Madrid manager, famous hard man of Argentina from World Cups past. He's watching. Of course, they showed him in Miami the other day, and Buddy was going through it. Thirty-ninth minute. Still 1-0. Here is DePaul. Paredes, that's a very good ball in here. Good touch. Here's Alvarez. Oh, what a save. Shabir just getting a hand on it and keeping it out. Tagliafico stretching to get that. Good touch by Alvarez. I thought Shabir had not got enough on it, was going to let it go in. And this keeper having quite a first half here. Lionel Scaloni can't believe it. Tagliafico showing frustration. And Shabir is hurt. He's laying on his back and training staff tending to him. While he does that, I remind you the World Cup continues later today here on the channel. 4 Eastern Time, Switzerland and Colombia, the final piece to the quarterfinal puzzle at this World Cup. That'll come your way tomorrow, today. And then the quarterfinals start on Friday with France against Morocco. England and Norway. Actually, no, it doesn't. I think it starts Thursday. I'll have to look and see. Get on that a little bit later. So, away it goes. Egypt defended very well. France, Morocco on Thursday. Friday, Spain, Belgium, and then Saturday a doubleheader. Norway versus England, and then today's winners. Now here is DePaul. DePaul now over to Molina. Now it's DePaul again for Argentina. Good ball here. Trying to squeeze it through. Argentina with 7 shots, Egypt 2. Shots on target, Argentina 3, Egypt 1. But it's Argentina 0, Egypt 1 where it counts. Egypt, you know, are going to be soaking up a lot of pressure. Here come Argentina again. Alvarez couldn't quite get there. Poor clearance, though. Messi, Alvarez, and kind of running around circles. Alvarez just fires up a hopeful shot that curls well wide of the goal. Julian Alvarez has been a little bit toothless in front of goal, you'd have to say. Coming up at halftime, it'll be mostly a dead air halftime because we really have no news to report to you. Fez. I guess we could run over the USM schedule. We could do that. Now here come Egypt with a shore. Fez. Now shore. And Carita's back there providing defensive cover. Argentina with it once again. DePaul. Now Messi. Messi. Tripped up. And a foul. Mosella pleading with the referee. Messi. Messi chips one in. Keeper's going to come forward and claim it with ease. Egypt with it again. Here is Fez, and Salah goes down. Challenge there by, who was that? Oh, that's Romero. That's a bit of a late one. A bit late and lazy there from the Tottenham Hotspur man, Christian Romero. We're about to have the stoppage time, the end of the first half. And did I see that correctly? That's going to be 5 additional minutes. We'll wait for confirmation before we show it to you. And it is 5. You see it, 5 additional minutes. Argentina, you're just joining us, trailing for the first time at this World Cup. Through the head of Yasser Ibrahim. And Egypt lead. Argentina have had a lot of possession. Lionel Messi has also had a penalty saved. And Shabir has also made a couple other good saves to keep Egypt 1-0 up. Is the shock happening? There's still a ways to go, but right now, Egypt feeling good. This is DePaul. This is Paredes. This is DePaul. He'll whip it in, and Egypt able to just clear away. DePaul chips it forward, looking for Messi. But Hafez with a good header, and it goes into the hands of Shabir. Here's another chip into the area, and it's going to be away by Martinez. Paul, and now you've got Rabia, and Rabia is down, and that's going to be trouble. boy, Lionel Messi's had so many records. So many records that he has that are good. He is now has an unwanted record. He's the first player in the history of this grand event to miss 2 penalties at a single World Cup. Now here they come. One more time. It is Egypt trying to smash and grab. It did not work. So nothing on the attack there for Egypt. Argentina now pushing forward once again. A minute 20 left at stoppage time at the end of this most incredible first half. Another thrill a minute, this thrill a minute World Cup. Messi cuts left. Lays it off. Alvarez. Fernandez. Fernandez again. Paredes. Messi. Little flick, nice little 1-2. Messi, good pass on the overlap. And cross from Martinez, Lisandro Martinez. It was very, very uninspiring. Three seconds too, and the whistle should be blowing at any minute now for halftime. Game of head tennis. Really, do you see this ourselves? We've had the 5 minutes. I'm sure the referee's going to blow at any minute here. And no, he hasn't. Not yet. Egypt do have a throw in. Chip forward. Salah. Left-hand Salah. It's not a very good pass. Now here is Argentina to Paul. Ball over the top, and Shabir is going to get it. He got pushed there by McAllister, did he not? We were promised 5 minutes. We've had 6. And that'll take us to halftime. Is the shock on in Atlanta? Is it on? Yasser Ibrahim's header and a save of a Messi penalty from Mustafa Shabir have made this a little more than a mere possibility. Halfway home in Atlanta at an oh-so-surprising score of Argentina 0, Egypt 1. Is the shock on in Atlanta? Egypt with a 1-0 lead over Argentina after 45 minutes of play. Here as the World Cup continues on. Argentina and Egypt. Seth Eaves back with you here. Let's go ahead and let you know what's coming up in the next few days or so on our channel, Ultimate Sports Media, and of course in collaboration sometimes with our friends at JBM and Wellington Sports Radio. Here's what's coming up here. We are into July, and as July continues to ramp up, we've got more action, as I mentioned later today at 4 Eastern. Switzerland against Colombia, the last round of 16 match of the World Cup continues on. Thursday, 4 Eastern, the quarterfinals start with France against Morocco. Then Friday at 3 Eastern, it'll be Spain against Belgium. That'll be Friday at the World Cup. Then Saturday, a busy day on the channel. It starts at 11 a.m. with the ladies' final for the championships, Wimbledon. Then at 5 o'clock, the third World Cup quarterfinal, Norway take on England. And then the winners of today's two games will play at 9 o'clock Saturday night, and that'll complete the quarterfinal stage. Sunday, big doubleheader too, 11 a.m. Eastern, the gentlemen's final from Wimbledon. And then at 7 o'clock, the NASCAR Cup Series from the new Action Track at Atlanta, the Quaker State 400. Next Tuesday and Wednesday will be our World Cup semifinals. Tuesday at 3 Eastern, Wednesday the 15th at 3 Eastern, and then Sunday, July 19th at 3 Eastern. It's the World Cup final from New York, New Jersey, 3 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock UK time kickoff. Then that's followed in prime time by the NASCAR Cup Series Window World 450 for the North Wilkesboro Speedway as Wilkes County, North Carolina gets a points-paying NASCAR race for the first time. NASCAR Cup points race for the first time in 30 years. WNBA coverage again returns July 28th as the Indiana Fever meet the Seattle Storm. We'll also have the Storm in Atlanta to face the Dream on July the 31st. Plenty of more NASCAR action as well, and then in IndyCar, and then Pigskin football gets underway Saturday night, September 5th at 7:30. College football as the Battle of the Death Valley Tigers, Clemson and LSU in the second year of their home and home. Of course, the big story there, Lane Kiffin's first game as the head coach of Louisiana State University. Then Wednesday, September 9th at 8 o'clock, the NFL season starts with a Super Bowl rematch as the New England Patriots head west to take on the Seattle Seahawks. And then Thursday, the NFL heads to the land down under as the Rams and 49ers renew their bitter divisional rivalry in Melbourne. Saturday, September 12th, second week of college football, monster matchup there. Ohio State and Texas. On Sunday the 13th, we'll have the first Sunday night game of the year as the Dallas Cowboys meet the New York Giants. And the first Monday night game, September 14th, the Broncos and the Chiefs. We're also going to have plenty of more NFL and college football. Oh yeah, there's this little nugget of deal of Lane Kiffin's return to Oxford. We'll have that for you on Saturday night, September 19th. And plenty of other sporting events here. That's why if you like what you see, and more importantly here, give us a like. Give us this video a like. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell so you will be notified so you'll be notified of when we go on with events, different sporting events in our future. Hard to believe that, I would say early, but then again, there is no off-season at Ultimate Sports Media. World Cup winding down. Can Egypt hang on and knock Argentina out and assure a new champion? We shall see. But for now, we take a break, and when we return, we will have the second half in just a moment. 1-0 Egypt, back in just a moment. Egypt 45 minutes away from providing one of if not the biggest shock of this World Cup. They're going to make one change out of the break. Amim Ashur is coming off, and he is going to be replaced by Hamdi Fatih. Midfield player, plays for the Qatari club Al Wakra. So Fatih will come on. Gamble here, and a chance as Egypt are set to start this second half. They lead by a goal to nil. And they hang on and produce this monster upset. Second half underway in Atlanta. 1-0 to the Egyptians. Argentina going right to left in their blue and white. Immediately on the attack, and again Egypt defend bravely. They'll be going from left to right in the red shirts. Winner of this game will play the winner of the Switzerland-Colombia game on Saturday night in Kansas City. The last time Argentina trailed at halftime of a World Cup knockout match, you have to go all the way back to the 2010 quarterfinals when they played Germany. The Germans handled them with ease. Fernandez, now it's Paredes. Argentina with possession of the ball now on the right wing. Egypt have conceded a second half goal in 8 last 11 World Cup matches. In 8 of their 11 World Cup matches. Fernandez. Argentina on the push. Fernandez again off the 1-2. Here's Messi trying to create a little bit of space. He's going to tee up a shot. And Shabir makes a relatively straightforward save to deny Rodrigo de Paul. Oh boy, that was a bit of a wild sequence there. As on the restart, Shabir falls down. It's a foul against Argentina. So a 1-0 lead for Egypt. Another rough challenge there as Hassan goes down off the challenge at Tagliafico. Trying to lunge in there and just got the slight contact with the foot there. Did Tagliafico. Now with it. Back pass to the goal scorer, Ibrahim. Egypt had possession briefly in the midfield, but then they give it away. McAllister, and here's the ball. Messi, onside. Gets away from him a little bit, and Messi then is cut off with the pass and cut out of bounds by Rabia, although I do think Messi is going to, said he was offside. I think it's going to be a delayed offside call. Or maybe it is a corner. Anyway, it was Rabia back there making a nuisance of himself. Goal kick, Egypt. Tagliafico away. Now it goes back to McAllister. Fernandez. 1-2, Fernandez. In the knockout stages, teams 15 wins, 4 losses, 3 draws for the teams that score first. Odds would favor Egypt in that department. Paredes now over to Fernandez. Tagliafico now back to Fernandez. There have been 12 come from behind wins at this World Cup. 4 have come in the knockout round. Here's a chip into the box over the head of Tagliafico. Fernandez couldn't get proper position either. Hassan pushed away. Again, 28 spot difference in the FIFA rankings. Argentina number 1. Egypt coming in with a ranking of 29th. Little chip here for Argentina. Back of the attacking half here is Lisandro Martinez. Enzo Fernandez. Now it's Enzo. Paredes. Fernandez. Tagliafico. Now Martinez. Paredes. Good little move. Paredes chipping it in. Martinez. Headed away only as far back as Tagliafico. McAllister. Fernandez into the area. Bang, it goes to McAllister. And then Paredes dispossessed. Fouled, a free kick to Argentina. Too far for a shot, but it is in the attacking half. Well, Messi is, surely he's not going to have a guts. What, 36, 37 yards? Or thereabouts. He'll play it in, and it's too deep. Shabir punches it. It goes back as far as Paredes. Now this is Paredes. Paredes, he's going to let fly, and doesn't trouble Shabir. He had to react. He reacted just to be sure, but it missed him, but it missed, thankfully for him, it missed the net too. Now here is Lachine. Over to Hafez. Fernandez. Now to McAllister. And he's fouled. Some kind of violation against Egypt. Argentina will take the free kick rather quickly. 10 matches unbeaten at the World Cup. Last setback, you've got to go back to that shocker in their opening group match 4 years ago when they lost to Saudi Arabia. Fernandez. Tagliafico with a cross. That's a little too deep. Messi has it now. And then Messi gets dispossessed. Now here comes Egypt with Atia. This is Romero with a nice pass. Trying to get the touch. McAllister. and he couldn't keep it in, and Egypt will have the throw. Fernandez. McAllister. Now it's Paredes. Giving it up to Fernandez. Now it's Messi. Messi fouled, and it will be a free kick right angle. Foul committed by Fati, the halftime substitute. Messi and Paredes both over the free kick. It's in a position where Messi, we're going to play it short with the Paul. Now it's Fernandez, and I'm not sure what the plan was there, but Argentina's had to mill and retreat. Molina now to Fernandez. Molina. Now Messi, space for a shot maybe, trying to weave through, couldn't do it. Again, Egypt defend well. Little chip here. Tagliafico heads it forward. And Shabir makes the save. Another good save by Shabir. It's 1-0 Egypt. We played 56 and a half minutes. Egypt are in full-on bus parking mode. Still a long ways to go yet, but they've done the business so far. Shabir has had an excellent game in the goal. Egypt fans enjoying it. They know there's got to be some nerves too. Messi lost possession. Last touch by Egypt out of bounds. It'll be an Argentina throw-in. Paredes now with it. He's going to let fly. That was a rather scuffed one. And still bouncing around. And Argentina are going to win possession back? Yes. On the left-hand side, it's Lisandro Martinez. Martinez clipped by Hani. No foul. Egypt push forward. Hassan. Oh, what a run by Hassan. Hassan still going. He's giving it off here to Salah. Salah, what a ball. Counter-attack, maybe. 2-0. Pharaoh power. It is an Egyptian sensation in Atlanta. The reigning champs are in. Egypt are 2 up, just shy of the hour. That was a terrible call. I got so excited I didn't even tell you who scored the goal. Now VAR is having a look to see if maybe there's a foul in the build-up. Hang on a second. Hold the phone, everybody. Atienne, did he commit the foul? Oh boy. Oh boy. Mustafa Zico with the goal. Referee going to come out. Now, what is the call here? No goal. A massive let-off for Argentina. A massive, massive, massive Argentinian let-off. Holder's not in trouble, not in major trouble. Argentina free kick. Messi the header. Oh, and it was inches away from 1-1. Messi takes the corner. And it's over everybody's head. Still alive, though, in Egypt. Now have it. Here is Fernandez for Argentina. Martinez. Is possessed. Here's Salah leading the break. Salah now gives it to Hassan. The back heel and clipped away. And again, it should be noted that we are about, 4 minutes away from the hydration break. Now here is Egypt. Egypt now trying to run it again. 63 minutes on the clock. Egypt with a 1-0 lead. Argentina continuing to push forward. Alistair. Salah fighting hard to the midfield with Martinez. Found Argentina have the free kick. Fernandez. Messi. Paredes. Paredes now to McAllister. Now it's Tagliafico. Martinez whips it in. Good defensive header by Hafez. Messi. Argentina now getting ready to bring some of the cavalry on. Reinforcements, the always dangerous Lautaro Martinez. Paredes. DePaul. DePaul. A chip. Oh, and off the chest and behind. Zico, the man who moments ago thought he had put Egypt 2-0 up. Doing the job defensively. The man who plays for Pyramids, just 29 years of age. Scored in the New Zealand game, also had an assist. He goes by the nickname Zico in reference to the Brazilian Zico. Argentina with a double change. On come Nico Gonzalez and Lautaro Martinez. Free kick taken short. Argentina pushing forward. Messi's pass is cut off. Can Egypt defend very well? And this is going to take us to a hydra. No. Not yet. Not yet. DePaul and Tagliafico, the two that make way. Here's the header from Romero. Away it goes. Now it's Egypt trying to break free. 1-on-2, 2-on-2 perhaps. Chance to run. Here comes Hassan. Hassan. Good run. Hassan plays it in. There's the second this time. Zico! Sensation! Surely they're not taking that one away. Redemption, thy name is Zico. A counterattack smash and grab. And Egypt lead the world champions by 2 this time. And are they on the verge of sending Messi and the champs home? And are they about to give Africa a second World Cup quarterfinalist? Argentina now need 2 in the next 22 minutes just to force extra time. Gonzalez on the run. Again, they come forward. Messi. Paredes. Here's the cross. Flight deflection and a volley. Very important for Paredes, and then away it goes for a corner. Second goal of the tournament. The goal of his life for Zico. Callister chips it in. Now Argentina push forward. Gonzalez. Away it goes. Hassan down on the deck. Giving it his all. 20 minutes to play in Atlanta. We go to the hydration break. Are the Egyptians going to do this? They're 2 up. Quick break. Back in a moment. Atlanta on the verge of being the site of the World Cup's biggest shock. It is a 2-0 lead for the Pharaohs of Egypt. Does Argentina have anything left? More changes coming. Molina off. Gonzalo Montiel, the man who scored the winning penalty in the final 4 years ago. He comes on now for Argentina. Egypt have also made a change with the insertion of Trezeguet. Play resumes in Atlanta. Argentina again trying to cross it in. And again, Egypt defended oh so well. It was Hassan, the man who has come off for Egypt. Zico away. Callister. Cross trying to keep that in. Nice header back only as far as Gonzalez. And then hooked goalwards and wide by Lautaro Martinez. Gonzalo Montiel, and a forever Argentina hero after that winning penalty. Plays for the famous Argentine club River Plate. He's also had spells at both Sevilla and at Nottingham Forest. Also scored the win after the World Cup final in November 22. Later that spring, he scored the winning penalty for Sevilla when they beat Roma in the 2023 Europa League final. Argentina on the run now with Messi. They've lost all 13 World Cup matches when they trailed by 2 or more goals. Messi, does he have any magic left? Dispossessed. Paredes now over to Fernandez. Good ball being played across the face. Scuffed. And it's cleared again by Egypt. And then a whistle. It was a foul against Argentina. It was a delayed offside against Argentina. Seam Hassan again. They were just confirmed that it was he that got subbed off here. Now Egypt on the break again on counter. They have some spaces open. Salah, Lachine. Now Egypt just trying to play through for Zico. Oh, Zico, it's a good ball. Trezeguet's on. A little bit run there. Trezeguet goes for goal, and he hits the side netting. Just getting ready to say, surely couldn't be a third. Simeone's almost seen enough. Trezeguet plays again for Al Ali. Also had a spell at Aston Villa amongst other clubs. Scored the third goal against New Zealand. He has 24 international goals. There's Trezeguet. Now McAllister. Into the box. Messi couldn't quite get a clean look away. Cross coming in. Martinez. Another header. Argentina fans not giving up. They have a corner. Not much on that one, though. Another cross and another block. Trezeguet throwing his back at it this time. Fernandez. Paredes. Right-hand side now, Argentina. Here's a chip in. That's a good header, and Sobier couldn't keep that out. Hope still for the world champs. It's been headed in by Christian Romero. Egypt think no. Egypt thinks there was a violation or an offside. You be the judge. Romero looks slightly on here, doesn't he? Be his 4th international goal if it counts. Schobier got a hand to it, but he couldn't keep it out. And the captain of Tottenham, who had a nightmare season for the North London club, might have just given Argentina a half a chance here to pull this off. Of course, he is. Of course, he suffered a knee injury. He's been in all kinds of controversy with Tottenham as well. Egypt have made another change, by the way. They're down to just 2. Zico off. More on who came on in just a minute as Argentina break forward. Fasten your seatbelts for the 10-minute plus thrill ride of your life. The champ's on the ropes. The Pharaoh is trying to shock the world. The sub for Egypt, it's Omar Marmoush who comes on. Marmoush coming on. 27-year-old who plays for Manchester City. Scored twice in a League Cup semifinal win against Newcastle this past year. City eventually won that competition. Messi. With a slice deflection. 11 goals he scored. It's a corner for Argentina. 82nd minute. Messi whips it in. Punched away. And Egypt do a good job with the defensive clearance. 25 game-winning or tying goals in the 80th minute or later, including extra time. Here's Messi. Here's a chance. And it's scuffed over the bar. Martinez. Lautaro could not